I want to just kind of tell you a little bit about Hank. Maybe there'll be some things here that you didn't know. But he had long years, right? He's 95, correct, Donna? And seems like just yesterday he turned 93. You know, I don't know what happened. But Henry Thomas Hank Weldon, you know, was a resident in Valley Center since 1967, and he led a really fascinating life. He was born in 1923. Try to imagine what the world was like in 1923. And he graduated from high school in 42. He had a short stint as a offensive lineman at Villanova University, but the war was going on, and so he left college. He joined the Navy's V-12 Officer Development Program, and his initial training. During his initial training, Hank was part of a small group that was selected by General Wild Bill Donovan, okay, for involvement in the Office of Strategic Services, the OSS, which was the precursor of the CIA. And they had to make up tests to see if he could physically, you know, handle what they had in mind for him to do. And I remember one of the tests that he had to do was he had to swim down to the bottom of a swimming pool, take a manhole cover that was down there, swim it up to the top, and put it in a canoe without tipping the canoe over. I mean, who could do that? You know, and well, Hank Weldon could do that. He was that kind of guy, and he was assigned to the OSS Maritime Unit and the Navy's UDT team, the Naval Underwater Demolition Team 10. And those specialized units were the precursors of today's Special Forces units, the precursor of the Navy SEALs. And during the war, Hank fought in the Pacific Theater, and he and his guys, we have actually one of the old face masks here, the face plates and fins, which was like, the fins I think were new technology at the time. And they would have face masks, fins, knives, and maybe a .45. And they would swim onto enemy beaches ahead of the landing forces and stuff, or remove, you know, identify mines, you know, kind of get the lay of the land for the people that were coming in. Basically naked soldiers, you know, and amazing stuff. And they gather operational intelligence and all that kind of stuff. And in 1945, he was awarded a Bronze Star for his actions. And after the war, he joined the Los Angeles Police Department. I think he was there 28 years. Is that correct? 26, okay, 26 years. He was a part of the original Metro unit. He helped put down the 1965 Watts riots, and he was working as a jail supervisor when a guy named Charles Manson was processed into prison. In 2016, on the weekend of his 93rd birthday, we honored Hank as the Grand Marshal of our Memorial Day parade here in town, and he loved it. I mean, I can still see his smiling face. I posted it on Facebook this morning. He was riding in a 1961, that was the year I was born, a 1961 baby blue Cadillac convertible, and he had his beret on, and he's just smiling ear to ear, and he had a couple of old World War II guys in the back seat, and it was just an amazing time, an amazing celebration. The next day, he turned 93, and so we had this great weekend together a couple years ago, before his health really started to decline, where we honored the fallen, okay? So many have fallen, but they were honoring the fallen as we were also honoring them for their service to our country. But he's gone now. He's gone from this life, and we've come here today to remember this really remarkable guy. Would you join me in a word of prayer?